1.
Hi, I'm Dianne Gubin with another career tip for you. I've been in staffing for over 15 years, and I've seen thousands of resumes and talked to thousands, if not thousands upon thousands of candidates. So I would like to give you a tip on how to work with a recruiter, because not everybody has had the privilege to work with a recruiter. When you work with a recruiter, guess what? You get someone who can represent you into the company. Now, what does that mean? A good recruiter will represent you in your best light. That means I've either met you, I've talked to you on the phone, I've gotten to know who you are as a person, I've gotten to know your background, I have a relationship with the hiring manager, I've done a write-up on your background, and hopefully I'm going to talk to the hiring manager and tell her why I think you're a perfect fit for the position. Now, to work with a recruiter, you have to disclose what your salary is, what you've made in the past. That's part of my responsibility, is to do that HR screening to find out who you are, so I can relay you appropriately to the hiring manager. Now, salary can be a disqualifier. If you come in too high, I might weed you out, or I might have a conversation with you and tell you why I think you're too high for the position and see if you'd like to come in at whatever the rate is for that job. If you're too low, I will also tell you you are too low and maybe suggest that you go in at a flexible rate compared to your last rate. All right, if your rate was 100, and let's say now because the market's soft, you've agreed in your mind that you'll take any job, and so for you 75 or 80K is acceptable, and so you've said that to me either verbally or in writing, I might tell you that you're too low for the position and you need to raise your rate a little bit to a flexible, let's say 100K, if that's where you were before. Now, working with a recruiter has a responsibility on your side too. It means if I'm asking you for information, you need to disclose it to me. It means if you're interviewing with the same company, there have been situations where I've sent in a candidate and found out that they've been represented, either they've sent their own resume into the company or another recruiter has represented them before I had the chance to call them. Then part of your responsibility as a candidate, because believe it or not, it really is a small world, especially in certain industries, to disclose that. The more that you can share with your recruiter, the better the win-win situation, because in the end, when the client has interviewed you and they fall in love with you and it comes down to your salary negotiation, you really do want someone negotiating who's on your side too. So that's a tip for how to work with a recruiter. I'm Dianne Gubin. Thank you for listening.